Hello there and welcome to the Bolden Stadium for action in the Secondary Schools Football League Premiership. It's Naparima College versus Pleasantville Secondary, a game that has its significance, great significance for both teams. Naparima hoping to still chase down the title which they've held for the last two seasons, and Pleasantville, this is very important for their survival in the Premiership. I'm Vidya Ramphal alongside the former national player Sid Gray, who's beside me, and Sid, here at the Bolden Stadium, this historic stadium, once again, the great scene for another cracker of an encounter.
Yes, Vinod, this will be a lovely day of football because the weather is extremely lovely here today. The ground is in perfect conditions for a lovely day of football. So we're looking for a cracker here today between presentation, Naparima College and Pleasantville Secondary School today.
Right, and of course you would have played your football in Roxborough for the secondary school there, and you would have had, don't think you had too much experience. Did you ever play against either of these two teams?
I've never gotten the chance to play against any of these teams, but playing in the top division has always been a pleasure. I've played against some other top teams like CIC and so forth, but now in our days, CIC and the QRCs were the big boys. Now Naparima is in control.
Right, definitely so. Well, Naparima in control up to last season. However, that loss to Fatima College earlier in the season, a 2-1 loss at Fatima College grounds, has certainly put their chances of holding on to the title in a bit of peril, because this season, as you are aware, it's a shorter season, only 7 games involved, and once you lose one, it's going to be difficult. There's the Naparima College lineup. Rajun playing on the right side of midfield. He actually started as a substitute in the first game. The rest of the team has held fairly well here in terms of the Naparima, a very settled bunch. Francis in the middle of the park has been the linchpin of this Naparima College team. And Ogaro, who looked a shadow of himself early in the season, he has been in some good form recently.
Well, I'm waiting to see this presentation lineup. The presentation lineup here.
Well, Pleasantville is
Pleasantville.
Pleasantville. They are playing a different formation today. I understand that they did play 4-5-1 earlier in the season. This time it's slightly different, but there's a concern over Adams, the centre back for Pleasantville Secondary. He had an injury. He limped out of their last game. He is back in once again. The rest of the team has stayed fairly consistent. Elliott is a real fireball for this Pleasantville team. Philip Guide has been very solid, as well as Wiley and Alan Noriega. We haven't seen much of him for the season, but a fairly settled lineup here for Pleasantville Secondary.
This lineup I'm seeing here by Pleasantville seems to be much more defensive. They are trying to solidify the midfield here. They are trying to keep the midfield in a compact manner here against this Naparima College team, and I think this could be a very smart move for them by making sure that the midfield is very competitive.
Yeah, they have to, because this Naparima midfield is one that has overrun many teams, and they are hungry right now. Naparima, they are coming off a very good win against Speyside. Now, you have played against Speyside, I know, and you know Speyside very well. It's always a tough and competitive team. They overran Speyside in their last game 7-0. They really overpowered Speyside at Lewis Street Extension in San Fernando. So that should tell you Naparima College are rounding into some form here.
And that is very important, and you need to keep your form in this short format of the game, because you do not have a second round per se, because you only have basically 7 games, and you have to try to win all. So you have to try to keep your momentum going forward here.
That's right, and here, nice view of the northeastern side of the Bolden Stadium. There's the National Cycling Velodrome there, and there's the goal towards the northern side of the ground. There's also the home of football. That's the hotel there, and your date was at the hotels in Port of Spain. Certainly, if you were playing now, you might have been staying at one of that particular hotel, which would house the players for matches here. So we're just about getting ready for the teams to go out there at the moment. As you can see, it's a very hot afternoon, 32 degrees Celsius. It is overcast. It's very humid. So getting that water in It's going to be very important for the teams playing in this fixture, which is due to start at 2 p.m.
Very much so, and although it is very humid, it is a nice breeze coming across the field that I think the players will be enjoying as well. Although it is a bit humid here because of the heat of the sun, because the rain has been falling constantly right through. So when the sun is out, it's very hot, and at this 2 o'clock time, it will be a very tough day to be playing football in.
So with that view of the velodrome in mind, it's a good day to get on your bike, certainly, and run up and down here at the Atta Bolden Stadium. 32 degrees Celsius and overcast. Not much cloud cover in the side. Not much cloud cover here, but the team's just about ready to head out, and here they go. And the teams are heading out now with the officials just in front of them. And here we go. The two assistant referees out there to check out on things, and Naparima College in their lovely blue outfits, and Pleasantville in an outfit we've come to expect from them so many times, in the black shorts and socks, and the maroon colored tops there for Pleasantville. Just about ready for the start here. And said, of course, you will be expecting that Naparima will come hard here, because I think that Naparima, if they must win this game, they're on 6 points in third place. Fatima and St. Benedict's College have 10 points. Now remember, this game was played a couple of weeks ago. It ended with the game being abandoned at halftime. Naparima leading 2-0 at the half, and it was called off because of a waterlogged outfield, which you don't often see in football. I don't think you've ever played through that. But certainly Naparima will hope to emulate what they did in that game with 2 early goals.
I think Naparima will be elated to be playing on this lovely field and going after Pleasantville on this lovely field here, because I know that they have a quite capable bunch here to be scoring a lot of goals, because they seem to be scoring a lot of goals in this tournament.
Yeah, they certainly have. Rashid Bakfi is the referee in charge. He's been around for a
Forever.
long time. Didn't he referee during your time?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. He was a young referee in those days.
Yes, he did. A no-nonsense referee.
No nonsense doesn't even begin to describe Rashid Bakfi, and certainly not averse to replying to the players in their own language. Let's put it that way.
Yes, very much so.
So we're just about ready to start here, and Rajbi McPhee sends us underway, and Naparima College attacking the goal to our right. A roar goes up from the crowd behind us as they get ready to start off this encounter. Naparima College, Rajun losing out on the left-hand side, and immediately down the other side is Phillips for Pleasantville. Pleasantville, not exactly one of those possession-based teams. They don't really... They haven't really developed to the point where you see them stroking the ball around a lot. In spite of that, they still managed to get 5 chances against Fatima College. They were thwarted by the Fatima College goalkeeper, Edwards, who was in brilliant form. They lost that game 5-0, but they had 5 very good chances in that game, and that certainly could have been a different complexion. Here's Naparima looking for the early chance. That's a handball.
And I think you don't have to be a ball keeping side, but you must be very direct in your play.
And they were, yes. They certainly were against Fatima College. Now that one has come against the hands there of Adams. And Adams is, he was just trying to lift it past Adams, hit the right hand of Adams. Adams is a very good defender. He's been one of the bright sparks for this Pleasantville team so far for the season. And there was some concern he limped out of the last game.
But talking about that, but this ball is in a very central position, a very dangerous position for a goalkeeper. And once it is very central, goalkeeper has to cover both sides.
That's right.
And this is could be a very dangerous free kick here.
So either a left footer or a right footer could hit this one. Let's see who's it going to be. There are 3 right-footed players lining up for this. Are they going to go round the wall? Here is the one that's blasted over bar. Yeah, that hit someone on the way. Referee McPhee says it is a corner, so he was trying to get it up towards the top of that left upright. Just seemed to glance off the head. Yeah, it did. It just touched the dreadlocks of the defender on the far side. That was enough to put it out for a corner.
I think could have just tried to curl that one, because you just get it up and over. You know, going for the power. I didn't think you really needed all that power.
That's right, and here's Francis with the corner for Naparima College, knocks it towards the far post. 2 players for Naparima College there, and there was some pulling and shoving, and it has gone against Naparima College. And then the conditions here with a central free kick like this, with this very stiff breeze coming from the far side of the field, coming to the near side, you think a left-footed player would want to curve it around and benefit from that.
And I think that would have been the ideal position for a left-footed player.
Yes.
The breeze to take it away from the goalkeeper as well.
And of course, well, we would certainly hope that maybe the youngsters haven't benefited from that sort of expert knowledge, and you can provide to them there, Sid Gray. But
I think they have a
very good coach, yeah.
Very good coach in Travis Moraine.
Well, you've played alongside Travis Mulrain,
yes.
so you can tell us a little bit about him on the field. We're still in the 3rd minute here. Naparima have gotten behind the defense here for the moment. Francis looking to get a cross in. He has to find Rajun back here. Naparima College still looking for that killer pass. A massive space there was between the centre back and the right back. That was huge, and that's what they were trying to probe towards here now. Pleasantville will take it the other way. Rajpi McPhee is just
in the way.
Yeah, he's in the way there, and was left looking with egg on his face there for a moment there, the experienced official.
Pleasantville seems to be going direct again. They're trying to put this ball straight.
Yeah, they are. That's the manner of their football.
Ramsey.
Yeah, they were looking for Ramsey. You're right there running up. Prima College, very much a possession-based team. Here is Kalist. We've seen him a couple seasons before here at the back there for Naparima College. Pascal and Mitchell. Well, Pascal actually just in the midfield. It's Mitchell and Kalist at the back. Here's Francis. Has to go all the way back to his captain. Now here's Mitchell. This is Kalist for Naparima College. Francis offering for it again. Has some space to work with and trying to get this over for Ogaro. Ogaro just trying to get around the defender, but some speed there by the Pleasantville player. Wiley there certainly has some pace on him and put that out for a corner.
And by watching the setup of Pleasantville right now, they seems to be setting up themselves very well in defense. They are not trying to push forward too fast. I think they're just keep the midfield very compact. So Naparima could be very difficult to penetrate through them.
Yeah, they'll certainly have to use the width well. Here's Francis with the corner, which there was a player coming in. France was coming in, attacking that one, and almost got there too. Back with Francis. Sends it in, but that's a very low delivery, which is not going to help his forwards at all. And Pleasantville get it clear. And see the shape that they're organizing themselves with. And as they come out, they can't get overexcited, because if they give too
Yes. Naparima seems to be trying to move this ball very quickly from right to left.
not averse to the long ball, Naparima. That one forward to Ogaro. Now propping up on the left side. Forbes has switched over towards the right. Naparima College, here's the long ball coming. They're looking for the run of Ogaro. Ogaro, I mentioned, has been in some good form. 4 goals already for the season, to go with 3 for Kanye Francis and 3 for Omari Campbell. So they've had some good games so far, Naparima. 9-1 against St. Augustine. Then there was that loss to Fatima. 2-0 against Pleasantville before the game was abandoned. And then Naparima destroying Speyside 7-0. Not sure how much joy you'll take from that, being rivals of Speyside. None at all.
None at all.
You're a professional, that's right. There we go, Naparima College. Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools Football League. Tiger Tanks involved in football in a big way here in 2022. That's a good run. One player towards the back post. The keeper does well, and Adams has to put that out for a corner, and much to the delight of the Pleasantville supporters just below us.
I think this Adams went too low. I think he should have gone to the top of the goalkeeper, because he was pretty close. So look for a strikers coming on to just tackle.
Yes, definitely. Went a bit too straight there with that one. Here's the corner coming in towards the near post. And there were 3 players there for Naparima College. Nobody could get the final touch. And Pleasantville lived to fight another day. 0-0 here after 7.5 minutes. And so far, Naparima College looked the dominant team.
Into this game.
Yes, so we continue here. Naparima College pick it up in the midfield again. That is followed by Pascal. The ball breaks kindly there. I think Omari Asher went down pretty quickly and went down heavily. That was in fact Forbes coming in to get the free kick, and another fairly central free kick. This one a bit further out here, Sid, but I think it might help those free kick takers for Naparima.
I think it's more to the right side. I think a nice curling ball into the box will be very dangerous here for the big guys coming forward.
Yeah, and one of them heading forward there is Pascal, just to the left of your picture, the number 4, and occupying that spot from just beyond the far post, looking to run towards that penalty box for the header. And Naparima College, they have Forbes behind this one, right-footed Forbes, and then there is also Francis, the number 10. He's had such a good season, top scorer for Naparima College. And
number 6 seems to be heading forward as well.
Yeah, the big targets up there. Yeah, they've gone short here, and he's tried the shot from distance. That was a rather hopeful ball. And with 6 players inside the box. Yeah, you really have to cross that. Oh, why didn't they do that for the other free kick? That might have been better suited to that one. Players already restarted, and Naparima College looking to get the ball to Agaro. Pleasantville lose out on the far side. Wiley loses out, and possession just is taken back by Naparima. And when Naparima get the ball, it's a while for Pleasantville to get it back.
Naparima is taking their time and stroking this ball around, looking for the opening, moving the ball from right to left.
Kalist goes for the return ball. There's a massive space there. Kalist was looking for that space. Ogaro was running into it. And once the Naparima go wide, the Pleasantville defense is not responding to it. They're being elongated here, and the spaces are opening up between the 4 defenders.
And that will be very dangerous for them because they need to watch the running behind the defense in the space. And they seem to having a lot of space, making some intelligent runs from these strikers.
Well, here's Kalist with a lot of space down the right-hand side. Space opens up in the middle if he can get the pass in. There is the pass. Back to Kalist, who might look to strike this one. Naparima College threatening here. Here's Cooper. And his cross is blocked. And that's going to be taken clear here by Pleasantville. And now they're trying to strike on the break. It's Ramsey. And Ramsey with a good little run. And that was Asher with a determined challenge to get that clear for Naparima.
And Naparima seems to try to break fast on the break, trying to counter attack, and they are very direct and seems to be working at this point in time. If Naparima is not careful, they could be in some trouble early on here with these fast breaks.
There certainly could be. Naparima College in 3rd place on 6 points. 2 wins and a loss for the season, 17 goals and 3 against. 2 of those coming against Fatima College. And that loss at Fatima College broke a string of 29 games unbeaten by Naparima College, which is unprecedented in the history of the Premiership. I think the only team that could have matched that would be the 2004 St. Anthony's team, who played the entire season, I believe, unbeaten. Just 1 draw they had in the entire season. This one's headed forward here by Philip Guide. Kalist gets that one clear for Naparima College. A little bit of head tennis going on there between the both teams. Naparima College in defense have 5 back in defense, and now they give up a free kick. And this is what Pleasantville did well against Fatima College. They were able to get chances like this, and they have some fine young free kick takers who can. And one of them there is Elliott. And now the dreadlocked figure of Elliott. We haven't seen much of him in the game so far, but he can strike the ball very well. Elliott just having a little talk there to
this seems to be a nice left. This seems lining up like a nice left-footed shot here.
Yeah, it is Williams, I think, who's going to take it left-footed. Naparima College, their wall just outside of the area. So the keeper will have a good look at this. Referee McPhee, just making sure everything is there. And here's the whistle. Williams now looks like he's going to take this one. Strikes it goalwards, and that's easily taken by the keeper. So not a bad effort there, but couldn't beat Duncan from that sort of range.
Yes. Keeper was well positioned there.
Naparima College have a free kick on the far side, and the player just winning the free kick, going down, and he was looking for the challenge. He was looking for the contact. As soon as he got it, he went down quickly. So a fine afternoon here in Couva, and Balmain Couva to be exact, across the highway from Presalle. We are here at the Atterbolden Stadium named after the 1997 world champion in the 200 meters, Atterbolden, 8-time medalist at the Olympics and, of course, the World Championships. Naparima College looking for the opening goal here, and you feel that the longer this goes without them scoring, it could add to the nerves of these young players. Oh, Pleasantville, that's a foul, and the Pleasantville player goes sprawling there. So that's going to be a free kick for Naparima College. And, well, the Pleasantville player, just outside of your picture, was having some tough words with one of his teammates.
I think the longer this game goes on without a goal by Naparima, I think Pleasantville will be growing in confidence.
If Pleasantville get the opening goal, well, that will certainly put the cat among the pigeons, wouldn't it? And Naparima College so used, especially after beating Speyside 7-0 in their last game and leading Pleasantville 2-0 in the aborted game earlier, they would have expected to possibly have gone ahead early here. But after the first 14 and a half minutes, it's still 0-0. Well, Adams has shown no sign of that injury that forced him out of the last game. 5-0 loss to Fatima College. That will go to Alain Noriega on the far side. Came on in that game against Fatima College. Doesn't win the throw this time. So far, Naparima College very much a possession-based team, and you like what you see from them so far.
I like what I'm seeing, but I think they need to show some more pace up in front. Try to play the ball behind of Pleasantville defense.
France was the one trying to get behind, as Sid Gray has been suggesting, and he loses out, and Pleasantville bring it the other way. And the move has broken down very quickly as Edwards slipped at the critical moment there for Pleasantville. Naparima College, their defenders are very comfortable on the ball. Kalist out on the right-hand side. He has seen a lot of the ball lately. It's getting closer and closer down the right. This is a good ball that finds Ogaro. And Ogaro's cutback ball was not a good one. But Naparima College will win the throw in here.
I think if they try to play the ball a bit behind Pleasantville defense, they can stretch the defense so they can have more play in the midfield.
Yes, the push to Pleasantville defense back. That's something we haven't seen from Naparima College. The long ball coming forward. Now, referee McPhee is hauling over one of the Naparima College players. And that's Kanye Francis. And he is having a battle there with, is that Jones? He and Jones have been going at it hammer and tongs all the way through. And I don't mean T-O-N-G-S, T-O-N-G-U-E-S. They've been exchanging some words and some pleasantries so far in this game. Not sure if they're asking each other what they're doing after. Where are they going to get a doubles and soft drink?
I think they're trying to find out where the lime is later.
Wouldn't be much liming if Naparima College go down to defeat here. Even a draw might be fatal to their chances of winning the title. Ramsey can't keep that in play. Naparima College will take it over here. One player pulls wide on the far side. Another one through the middle. Ogaro's now through the middle. And what we've seen from Naparima College in the first 17 minutes, the front three are interchanging very well. The Pleasantville forward gets there, and Ramsey is kicking this away, and he doesn't obviously know referee McPhee a lot, because he could earn himself a yellow card for that.
I think he's a very lucky guy. Normally, referee McPhee might have pulled out his yellow card. I think referee McPhee has grown a lot. Or maybe he's just giving them a blab because they are youngsters.
He might just give him a warning first up there. But yeah, he's a disciplinarian, referee McPhee. And lucky thing there for Ramsey, he had a good breakfast this morning apparently. So Ramsey getting away with one. Normally that would find yourself being booked. And FIFA has cracked down on that, kicking the ball away after the whistle has gone over the years. They've really labeled that as a form of dissent. Naparima College trying to get down the right-hand side, but Phillips is there and trying to find Ramsey, but the move breaks down again. Pleasantville just seem unable to hold on to the ball for more than a couple of seconds. Francis trying to go incisive, but that's cleared.
And you can see the pattern by Pleasantville here. They are really trying to hold this central midfield and the defense very compact. Because Pleasantville seems not to get the ball through. They are just popping the ball around.
Can't play through that midfield, and the figure of Ali Noriega is one of those defending there. So it has held firm for the first 19 minutes of the game. How long will it hold up to? Here's Khalees with the...
And this could be dangerous.
It's in! It's in! It was hanging up there, and Khalees has scored the opening goal in the 19th minute. And he almost apologized after he scored because he was trying to get the cross in. The keeper was looking very uncertain. And the problem was he tried to catch it when he should have tipped that over.
I think the breeze has helped him there. The breeze has hold this ball up. The breeze is coming across from east to west. And the ball has hold this ball up. And that was the problem there for the goalkeeper here this afternoon.
Yeah, Khalees, he was so embarrassed by that, trying the cross. And it went in for the opening goal for Naparima. He was actually apologizing to the strikers on the far side after the goal scored.
And this was a sad way for the opening goal for Pleasantville.
Yeah, well, we did mention they had done well for the first 18 minutes, and then a freak goal, you have to really call it that. It's a freak goal that has put Naparima College ahead. But they'll take it any way it comes right now.
You might say a free goal, but I would have to say poor goalkeeping.
It certainly is. And
I think it was a very easy ball for the goalkeeper to be holding.
Yeah, he's not the tallest of goalkeepers, and if anything, I felt he should have tried to tip that over instead of really trying to catch that. And when he
see a player is down here.
Yeah, Pleasantville have a player down. Is that Adams there down? In the meantime, the players take a break for water. It gives us a chance to assess the way things have gone so far. Up to the 18 minutes, so far so good for Pleasantville. They were holding firm, but that cross by Khalees, which held up in the wind, it was a nightmare for Kaylon Martin in goal for Pleasantville, and he that might actually could go down on his own goal.
I think it could go down as own goal, but I think they will give it to the wing back. I think they will give it to him because he actually whipped that ball across, tried to whip it across, but it went to goal. It was just a poor goalkeeping error, and I feel sorry for Pleasantville.
Yeah, Pleasantville have given up 7 goals for the season before this one, so that is the 8th goal they have now conceded. Get this, Sid, Pleasantville have not scored a goal for the season.
Oh, that's very harsh. And you see the rain is down now, so it could be much harder for Pleasantville to get back into this weather here. Although we have a lovely playing field here at this Otto Bolden ground.
Yeah, and the thing is that there's been so much rain over the past couple of weeks. This game initially was abandoned because of a wet outfield, and that happened, that tropical depression that caused the wet outfield, brought the rain which caused the wet outfield a couple of weeks ago, was actually the same tropical depression that became Hurricane Ian a week later and pummeled Cuba and Florida. Naparima College now looking for a second goal here, and Pascal Well, they've seen their rivals, Fatima College, pound 5 past this team. Fatima actually got 3 goals in the first half and 2 in the second. And the problem was for Pleasantville that day, they did not pick up the runners coming from the midfield. And there were several players. By the time Fatima got the ball towards the byline, there were players standing there unmarked inside the box to just stroke it in. This time they've done a better job at this, and Naparima College attacking in a different way to Fatima College. They haven't gotten a lot of balls behind the defenders to really cut it from the byline back. It's not so far.
And that's where I think Naparima is lacking right now.
It's Kalist trying to get through here for Naparima College. And this one has broken there kindly here for Kalist again. He's going to try another cross. Let's run past 2. Yeah, Kalist has shown a little bit more adventure in the last 10 minutes. Oh, that's not a very good bit of control there, and Elliott was into it very quickly to get it away from the Naparima College player. Well, Elliott, what's happening here? The referee has given this against Naparima College, and I think that was Rajoon who may have followed through on Elliott after the ball had gone. So we are past the halfway point of the first half. Naparima College, the boys from Paradise Pasture in San Fernando. The school is 122 years old this year. That is quite a long time for an institution. 4 Premier Division titles for Naparima College. They were the defending champions, of course. 2014, 2015, 2018, and 2019. They've won 4 of the 6 Premier Division titles. So they are the side that is the one that everybody wants to beat. Dribbles past Phillips there. Well, just maybe a bit too early for that forward ball, and couldn't find the run of Forbes.
See, Naparima is now trying to get more behind of Pleasantville, and I think they need to do this more often, try to get this more often, so they can stretch Naparima.
And that's coming into the box. The keeper's flapped at it and just did enough to get it away from the man coming up at the back post. In the meantime, Kalist has to turn and run back to defend here. All he can do is usher it out to get a Naparima throw in. And here's how it happened there. There's the ball coming in, and the keeper again just flapping at it. It was a difficult ball coming across him.
Just bounced just in front, and that's a very difficult way for a goalkeeper to save. The ball just bouncing in front of them is very dangerous,
especially on a wet outfield.
On a wet outfield.
And we've seen so many times the ball sticking in the mud. Not mud here, but it is soft underfoot.
Yes, and it's 2 things. Sometimes it just slip through, and sometimes it just hold up.
Yeah.
So that's why they always say in a wet surface shoot. You never know.
Yeah, we've seen shots that have embarrassed goalkeepers in this competition, and there have been a flood of goals. I think this is one of the highest scoring starts to the season in the Premiership history. There was even a goal. Now, I'm not sure how true this is, but I saw it posted on Facebook. There was a women's game here in Trinidad and Tobago in the SSFL, and the scoreline was 30-0. So I'll have to verify that, but I saw it on Facebook.
It was a netball or basketball?
It was football.
Sure.
There was a clip of one of the goals online, so we'll have to verify that for you. But that 30-0 scoreline does look, leaves me with my eyebrows high above my hairline, which is receding, by the way.
That's very high. 30.
30. It's a goal every 3 minutes, if you can believe that.
That's very high.
Naparima College getting in behind for once here. And just poor control there on the far side, and that has given the ball back to Pleasantville. And the first touch for some of these players has not been great so far. And that's on the wet surface also. Very difficult to get the control going. The first touch has let down the Naparima College players many times through. There was an 18-0, in fact, between Five Rivers Secondary and El Dorado. 18-0. That's the score I'm getting. So that 30-0 was a bit exaggerated, but those are the two teams I saw. 18-0.
18.
Yeah, 18-0.
I think this is those games are netball games.
Well, the number of the netball games at that age group might even get you less goals. So we're coming up towards the 30-minute mark here, and Sid Gray has seen Naparima College go ahead by a 1-0. Caliste, a cross that went under the crossbar and in off the hands of the goalkeeper for a goal. Naparima College lead by a 0-0. Pleasantville have had maybe only a couple shots on goal here at Naparima, but nothing much for Duncan to do. I think he's just had the one save, which he just had to catch
from the free kick.
Free kick. A lot of entertainment in front of us here. Of course, the second game is later on today. That is between Presentation College, San Fernando, that is, and Chaguanas North. Chaguanas North have been struggling in the league. They collected a real hatful from San Juan North, who were absolutely merciless against them. Larry Noel, who we did in fact see during the Tiger Tanks Under-20 tournament, he scored 6 in that game. Naparima here threatening again. There are two players who could have scored, and that is a brilliant run that ends up in the second goal for Naparima College, and that is the 5th of the season there for Francis. A wonderful individual goal, and here's how it happened.
Great run here. Compose himself, look for the pass, but no one was there to tap it, and he just choked it to the far post. A great composure, great finish after he done all that hard work. That's a magnificent run and a magnificent goal by this youngster.
But once he got past the right back, it was just that, and he got the space. It was just a matter of composing himself and shooting past the keeper. He also had two players inside, one on the near post and one who had pulled away towards the penalty area. So either of them could have tapped that in, but he was having none of that, Francis. And when you're in such good goal scoring form, you take the chance.
You take the chance.
You take the chance yourself. In the meantime, Pleasantville have an injury on the far side of the field. Phillips is down and looks in some agony there as he's been attended to by the referee just in front of the Tiger Tanks Trinidad Unlimited sign.
And I think these games are coming so thick and fast that, you know, some of these youngsters are struggling with the wet surface, and I'm feeling very sorry for them. They are not getting enough time to recuperate from after a game.
Especially Pleasantville, because they played midweek, and here they are again in action here on Saturday. And the thing is, next week it doesn't let up, because they have a game on the 5th, and then they come back during the weekend to play another match. And that's because they've had 2 matches chalked off because of
bad
waterlogged outfields. One against Naparima, which is being played today, and the second one was against St. Augustine. But here's the goal once again, and there was the moment, a horrible moment there for young Kalon Martin. And I think if he looks back at this later on, he will be telling himself, maybe I just should have tipped that over bar. And here's the run here. Francis getting past the defender, and he was very, very strong and stroked it past the goalkeeper for the second goal.
Overpowered the defender.
Yeah,
Use his pace and power, and just slotted
much
it
bigger
home.
guy, indeed. Not that the defender is a small guy, but he just he's perhaps slighter in frame to Francis.
And when you're big and powerful like Francis, you just muscle your opponents away.
Yeah, it's like a 5-ton truck up against a mini.
Show your power, show your strength.
Certainly does. Well, Phillips is limping off here. Now the physio is actually rubbing his back a little bit. I think he's taken a blow to the back. Not sure if he's winded by the blow also. Pleasantville temporarily down to 10 men, and I saw a sign there from the physio.
Seems like he signaled for a change.
Yeah, that looks like the end of Phillips's day today. There's another save by Duncan. Naparima College in having some problems.
Yes.
Here's Kalist
Hello?
switching the point of play out towards the other side of the field. Naparima College trying to get another ball in behind the defense. It's a disjointed performance of the Pleasantville team
Yes.
as we head up into the 33rd minute of the game. Here's Francis.
Yes. Naparima keeps choking this ball, moving the ball around, and having Pleasantville chasing. Yeah, I think after this first half here, I think Pleasantville might be out of breath.
Yeah, they will. Well, they were chasing synthetic leather against Fatima a couple days ago, and it's the same story here for them. They actually looked a lot better in that Fatima game in the second half, where they got 5 chances, but weren't able to take any of them. Foul here. And that was Edwards running on for him, but they haven't
Yes.
been able to get behind this Naparima defense here a lot, if any times in this match.
And I think Naparima always has 3 or 4 defenders against their one striker. They are well organized. You can see the organization of the team here.
Kalist knocks that forward, but just too strong
Strong.
down the inside right channel there for Ogaro to get onto that one. Ogaro actually was in some great form at the end of the Tiger Tanks Under-20 tournament. His form at the start of secondary school. Oh, that's a big mistake that almost falls to Ogaro. Luckily for him, Adams was there to make the clearance. Here's Ogaro again. Collects it on the left foot, tries his luck. The keeper does well to get behind this one. Martin making amends there with that save.
And that was a great shot here by
Ogaro.
Get inside on his left foot. But the keeper.
Here's Williams for Pleasantville. That's a ball that tests the Naparima College defense briefly.
Yes.
But they get it cleared to Kalist. And Kalist has done a lot of work. He hasn't done much work in defense. He hasn't had been called upon to do much.
That's a great run here.
Francis now.
But great checking by the defender.
Yeah, he did well. That's one of the bright
Elliott.
spots. Elliott there, tracking that one down. He's been good for them. Elliott, in their first match, their defeat to St. Anthony's College, he ran the entire game all the way through. And Pleasantville have made a substitution, so their number 9 is on at the moment. And they've brought on here Jaden Dorset. Jaden Dorset is on.
Strong tackle here.
Dorset is on, and that's the end of the day for Phillips on the far side. So Dorset slotting into the center forward position. Naparima College looking to get a third goal here, which would certainly put them in the ascendancy. Kalist is offering for this one. Space here for Kalist to get the cross in.
That's a great cross in.
Towards the middle. Headed away by the man in the middle there, Adams. And that was a lovely one-time cross. One-time cross there by Kalist. Sort of reminds me of a young man who used to play for Trinidad and Tobago, put in some crosses like that. Where was he from? He was from Roxborough, I think. I think there's a stadium named after him somewhere there.
I think he was talking about Carlos Edwards.
37 minutes, yeah. Well, he's sitting right next to me, Sid Gray. And here is Kalist.
I think someone else is down again.
Yes,
on the far side.
Carlos Edwards is from Dago Martin, by the way.
Oh.
Not from Roxborough. And Carlos, of course, one of your former teammates.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, fine player, made his first appearance. Carlos actually, interestingly, never played football at youth level for Trinidad and Tobago. He really propped up in this type of football, secondary schools football, and that's where he made his mark for the West Moorings Tigers when they won the Intercol title back in the late 1990s. 37th minute here, and Pleasantville could lose a second player. This looks, yeah, it's a hamstring. The physio saying, yeah, that's the end of his day. So, as you correctly pointed out, Sid, The games are coming thick and fast, and it's been in wet conditions, and the young players are struggling. And disappointingly here, nobody has been able to get Phillips out. Phillips is still lying on the far side of the field here with an injury.
Yes.
Now that's a little bit disappointing.
I'm expecting a lot of injuries from these youngsters because of this horrible weather that we are going through this hour of the season and these heavy grounds.
Well, Ramsey looks like the man who's going to be going off, and his left hamstring is gone according to the physio. So in addition to conceding goals in the 19th and 30th minute, Pleasantville have now lost 2 players within the space of 5 minutes.
I think the toll is stepping in from these thick and fast games and these wet grounds, and I'm feeling very sorry for Pleasantville right now.
Yeah, and Pleasantville, they also have 2 more games next week, and that's going to add even more to the pressure on the boys from Connector Road in Pleasantville. And that school, one of not one of the oldest in San Fernando, opened back in 1976. They finished 14th in the Premiership the last time round in 2019. This time round, Sid, they're in all sorts of problems. Pleasantville, they're in 7th place today. Loss for them, depending on how things go with Karapichaima and St. Augustine. Those 3 are the 3 that are in the relegation picture at the moment.
Oh. And this is where it could be very tricky for them, so they need to try to get something. But I know it's very hard for them to get something out of this game.
Yeah, it certainly is a very tough to ask for them. So they have Naparima College today, and they're already down 2-0 here. They play Speyside in their next game, which is not going to be easy at all.
I don't think it will be very easy on that large ground in Speyside.
Yeah, and you can tell us a little bit about that.
It's one of the largest grounds, I believe, in Trinidad and Tobago.
This one's knocked forward, and again intercepted there by Mitchell, with Rajun on the far side. There is the captain of the Naparima College team, Asher Kalist. He's played so well in this game, Kalist, in defense and attack. That's good from Kalist, under pressure, and finds his captain once again, Asher. Naparima College look the other way.
And the amount of running
that's a good ball.
Pleasantville is doing here.
And Francis gets the ball in towards the near post. And this is going to be knocked downfield by Elliott.
And they're just giving it away too easy.
And they have 2 players down, don't forget.
Yes.
The shot is wide this time. But 2 players down on the far side. You might see them in a couple of moments. And Pleasantville just about to bring on another substitute here. So we'll keep an eye. That's 2 substitutes already here for Pleasantville. And this is Malik Young, the youngster coming on to play for his team.
Malik Young, he has your work cut out here today.
Yep, young Malik he has some problems here because it's going to be a very difficult time for him. He's not going to get the ball much up on the right-hand side for Pleasantville. He'll have to also do a lot of defensive work against this powerful Naparima College team. Well-oiled machine also, 29 games unbeaten. Naparima College went before losing to Fatima College. And it was just a day short of 5 years, actually, Sid, that they went unbeaten in the league. That's under the helm of your former teammate, Angus Eve, who's now the national coach. And doesn't that present a really good picture for young coaches in Trinidad and Tobago when you have a coach like Angus Eve, who's done well, he's been successful locally, and then getting the job at the highest level of TNT football?
I think going through I have to say the trenches, good from the youngsters up to the senior level, I think is a very good move. Learn your trade from below and go up.
That's exactly the pathway that Angus Eve has gone along, and quite successful. 4 titles for Naparima College in the Premiership. We're not even checking on the Intercol titles and the Southern titles just yet. That's cleared there by Asher, and he can clear it with either feet. That time with the left foot. They have to track back here, Naparima College, but Pleasantville have been so gun-shy at the moment. Yes, they don't have anyone forward.
I think they can play without their goalkeeper today.
It's not ice hockey, by the way, in case you're wondering, which you can do that. And here is Last 3 minutes to the half here at Atterbolden Stadium. The sun is temporarily eased. And I say temporarily because here it comes again. There was a cloud just overhead, and now the sun's coming back in its glory. As you can see, the field lightening up on the far side. Given away there by Forbes. That was not a great ball. They were looking for Dorset, but Dorset is just inside the Naparima half, and he couldn't get anywhere close to that.
Yeah, I think Pleasantville needs to try to keep the ball a little bit. I think that as they get it, they are just trying to lump it forward, and that's making no sense. That will just put them under more pressure.
Well, here's Dorset now trying to put some pressure on the Naparima College team. And that's a nice little turn there by Dorset. Can he get the cross in, though? He played himself into some problems. He has support from Williams, declines to use him, and then gives up the ball predictably. He was just surrounded by a sea of blue.
Yes.
So we're just about that halftime period, and Naparima College comfortably ahead here. Don't think it's been vintage Naparima so far. They haven't quite been able to break down Pleasantville as many times as one would have felt they could. There might be some nerves here on this Naparima College team. A win for them today will still keep them in third place, but it will cut the deficit between Naparima College and Fatima and St. Benedict's by 4 goals, from 4 points to 1 point. That's going to be that's the important part of this game for Naparima.
Seems to be a south race here.
Yeah, it's Fatima College.
Besides Fatima.
Yeah, the Northern Usurpers trying to take
take on the south.
take the title away from the south. This one's knocked back in, and Elliott is there to make the clearance. Finds Dorset now. Dorset gets a good ball out towards the right, and this is Young finally getting a touch onto the ball. And Jones, who hasn't touched the ball a lot here. Here's Elliott now. Interesting here for Pleasantville. They're looking for
great
Williams.
ball here.
Williams' control lets him down, but Pleasantville have a corner. They haven't had a corner for the match so far, and they were very threatening against Fatima College from positions like this. And immediately as the corner happens, Wiley is running forward there on the far side of the field.
Well, when you are not controlling ball and you get free kicks and corners, I think you need to utilize these things. Set plays is a very integral part in the game, and when you have them, I think you need to try to capitalize on them very much.
They will try to do exactly that. Here's Pleasantville with the corner up towards the halftime, seconds away from the half. That's free on the far side. Alain Noriega is there, and he has won a free kick, has he? Yes, he has. Referee McPhee giving that free kick to Pleasantville, and there seemed to be a push in the back of the right winger there for Pleasantville, and they will have a free kick in a dangerous position here.
Yes, and Naparima needs to be careful again.
Just
outside
careful
of the box, on the right hand side.
Yeah, you can still see the scars on the ground where that free kick happened. That might have actually been the first bit of action in that part of the field for the game. And it comes in the 46th minute of action. Naparima College set up their two-man wall. Pleasantville have committed a lot of bodies forward. Elliott just outside of the area. That's very close, and Pleasantville have come close to scoring one.
And this is where it is going to be dangerous. Use it.
Very
seems
close.
To be very dangerous on set pieces.
They are. They were against Fatima College. They found the Fatima goalkeeper in
and
great
that's
form.
A great ball inside the box. Just needed a simple touch, but great defending on the other hand.
Another shot here coming in, but that's blocked, and Naparima College will try to take it the other way. Garo's ball has put his players behind him in some problems. It's Khalees now to bring some sanity to proceedings, which he does. There's the whistle by Rajbi McPhee, and that has ended the first half. 1.5 minutes of time added on for stoppages, and Naparima College will go in leading by 1-0. Khalees in the 19th minute, and Francis in the 30th. Naparima College comfortably ahead, but for Pleasantville, they'll need to take advantage of some of those instances of the set pieces in the second half.
Yes.
Here's the stats there for the second half. 9 shots to 1. Naparima College had ahead of Pleasantville, but the most important statistic, they lead by 2 to 1. Your thoughts on the half?
I think Naparima has controlled the game because they have keeping the ball and having Pleasantville running, chasing the ball a lot. And the first goal has broken the camel back, I have to say, because by the goalkeeper giving away that goal, I think you could have seen they have dropped a little bit in their intensity, and then that's where the second goal has come in, and we'll have to see in the second half to see how they come out. But 2-0 is a very dangerous score, as I always say, because you might feel you are very comfortable.
But here's how the first goal came. This was the attempted cross that hung up in the air, and the keeper, well, he didn't look confident at all, and that one snuck in under the bar, and Naparima College. And there's Khalees there apologizing to his forwards, but he'll take the goal all the same. That's the first one of his season, and then Francis just out-muscling the defender, and then a nice competent finish past the goalkeeper for 2-0.
Yes.
So we go into the half with Naparima College leading by 2 goals to 0, and there is a wonderful sight of the eastern side of the ground, Presal in the background, and some of their supporters here to watch the game. So on behalf of me and Sid, join us in just about 10 minutes time as we resume commentary on this SSFL Premiership match between Naparima College and Pleasantville Secondary. Welcome back to the Atterbury Stadium here in Couva for continued commentary on the Secondary Schools Football League Premiership match between Naparima College and Pleasantville Secondary. Naparima College leading 2-0 after the first half, and wouldn't you believe it, similar scoreline to what we saw from Naparima College when they played Pleasantville in the previous game, which was aborted due to a waterlogged outfield at Lewis Street Extension. Well, that one was called off, but Naparima College will have their full complement of minutes this time against Pleasantville because hot sunshine here in Couva, and we're just about ready to start the second half. And Sid Gray, what a first half it was. Pleasantville going 2 down, also losing 2 players to injury.
Losing 2 players to injury and 2 goals down. I have to breathe because I think it will be a very tough afternoon, second half here for them. Because I think Naparima will try to push the pace.
Yeah, they certainly will. And with 2 younger players on the field there for Pleasantville, they certainly will try to push the pace there for Sid Gray. And Sid Gray, who played 60 times for Trinidad and Tobago, scoring 1 goal during that time, which was the unfortunate team, by the way, that conceded that goal. Sid did come in to play under Ian Porterfield, the Sunderland legend, at the age of 24. Sid Gray coming in, went on to play at the World Cup for Trinidad and Tobago. Here is Pleasantville getting us underway. That is Elliott knocking that forward, looking for Williams. And not for the first time in this game. Williams' first touch has let him down. And those Naparima College midfielders have been surrounding him like barbed wire all the way through this game.
And that's the trademark of Naparima College here today, because they have been well organized in defense and going forward as well.
Yeah, they certainly have been. And Naparima College going from right to left for this one. The other way, of course, Pleasantville will try to get a goal, something back from this game.
And that's a great pass there.
And that is playing in Ogaro, but the keeper's come for it. He looks a little bit ungainly when he comes, but very effective in that time and getting that one away. In case you were wondering, was it against Grenada that Sid Gray's first goal came? Only goal for Trinidad and Tobago
yes,
game.
Against Grenada.
It was against Grenada. I'm
Yes.
seeing on the records here. I had to look down the entire 60 games, as you would imagine.
You could have just asked me, and I would just tell you. But I know I have a lot of assists.
Yes, you do. I'm seeing quite a lot of marks in the assist column here for you. Great to always work with Sid Gray, the Trinidad and Tobago former defender here and World Cup player. Now it's Pleasantville. Of course, these youngsters will try to emulate what you and the Soca Warriors did back in 2006, get back to a World Cup. We haven't been back since, much to the disappointment of TNT fans. Here's Ogaro with the cross, and looking to get this one back towards Francis, who does well. 2 players are around him, but he sorted himself out so beautifully. So beautifully balanced he is, Kanye Francis. But Naparima College.
Naparima College are so in control of this game.
They are.
They're not even rushing it. They go forward. There is no space to go forward. They go right back and just keep moving the ball.
And
they are so patient here.
Yeah, Pleasantville themselves are not pressing high. They are, once it gets into the midfield in their own half, then they commit. They're more settled into a low block here against this Naparima College team. And they're very, very respectful of this Naparima College team in many ways. Here's Kalist after this one for Naparima, and forces a clearance here by Elliott. Naparima College, the boys from Paradise Pasture in San Fernando, looking for their 5th time. I think you would favor a shot on goal here.
I think it's a bit far out, 40 yards. I think getting it into the box.
But when you've seen what the keeper did in the first half, you might want to give him some more nightmares here.
I think so, but I think the best thing here, we're always setting up themselves. They look like they are going for a shot straight to goal.
Pleasantville have made another change. Salandi has come on. Shane Salandi, number 7, he is on early in the second half. So that's the 3rd substitution already by Pleasantville. They don't have too many more options here with players injured. And it looks like it is Francis, who now has 5 goals for the season. I think he's going to try this one from distance here. Francis is behind this, as well as Asher. And it's Asher who's going to give it a try. No, it's Francis chipping it in. Chance here for Naparima College. And that's a very good save by Martin. I think he read it beautifully. And Forbes has gone down and he's handled the ball. And that's the end of the chance.
That was a great,
well-worked move.
Well-worked move. Great free kick.
Really caught Pleasantville unawares. They were thinking they were going to get a chance here. Well, they have a chance. And there's the shot that's saved. But great credit there to Dorset, who persisted, got the ball away from the defender Mitchell, and got the shot in on goal. That's good work by Dorset.
I think Mitchell was a bit complacent there.
Yeah, they were ahead 2-0 here in Naparima College, so a little bit complacent. Now, here is Francis. Can he go for the first time shot? He does, but doesn't strike it very powerfully. It's back with Naparima College. There's been some fine goals in the secondary schools football league so far, but I think the best really has to be Larry Noel's goal at Bogue Mulatras, one that was hit towards the inside left channel, running away from him, and he just struck that straight into the V on at the near post to beat the keeper. I don't think too many keepers would have been saving that. He's been the Erling Haaland of the secondary schools football league. 13 goals in 4 games. A real goal machine for.
Real goal machine.
And he was also the top scorer in the TIGERTANKS Under-20 tournament. So I think many would be expecting a lot from that youngster in the future. Naparima College still on the attack. Here's Forbes. And Francis looking for the shot. Oh, that's not far away. Francis there looking to curl that one in. Don't think the keeper would have gotten to that. It wasn't far away.
I think beautiful shot. Keeper went to target. The keeper had no chance.
Yes, that was Francis there, who has had a really great game for Naparima College once again. Once he fires, Naparima College do well. When he doesn't have a great game, well, things don't quite work as well there for them. Duncan in goal for Naparima College. He's had a couple of shots to save, but otherwise it's been a quiet afternoon for him. Here is Naparima College moving forward. This is France.
And you can see the purpose of Naparima College here.
That's a nice layoff there to France, who now has some space in the midfield. He finds Francis again. Oh, that is good work there by Elliott to get it clear. Return pass not great by Naparima College, and they get downfield. Here's Young, robbed of it. Goes to Cooper. Cooper finds some space here for Ogaro. Well, he showed too much of the ball there, Forbes. And Pleasantville have gone the other way. They possibly had a break on there, Pleasantville, but the referee has called things back here because there's a player down. I believe that's Francis who's down, injured, just outside of your picture. It looks like Francis has gone down heavily here.
He seems to be in a lot of discomfort here.
And as you mentioned, the games are coming thick and fast for all of the teams. It's 7 games in a very short period of time. There's still the intercal to come. But Naparima College, as with the Pleasantville team, maybe Naparima College having a bit more resources. It wasn't, it was actually Cooper who went down. And what's the referee's call going to be? They're going to give the ball back to Pleasantville here. They actually did have a breakdown to the left-hand side. But the referees have been guided. When you see players on the ground like that, you really have to, every second might count. We've seen incidents during the past few years. Christian Eriksen going down dramatically during Euro 2020. Fabrice Muamba a few years ago also going down and suffering cardiac arrest on the ground. So you certainly don't want to be complacent in situations like that.
You need to take a lot of precaution here.
He's given it back to Naparima College. Here's Francis again. Well, he and Forbes just getting their communication wrong. And Forbes, in attempting to retrieve the ball, has given it away so far. Have you found the intensity? Naparima College has the intensity. Have they looked really up for this one today?
I think they're comfortable. They're just playing within themselves.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Certainly not hammer and tongs they've gone at Pleasantville. I think they know they have the measure of this team. And here is another chance here for Naparima College. And once again, Francis was running through the middle. as they concede a throw-in on the left-hand side. They know they have the measure of this Pleasantville team. Don't forget, Pleasantville just a couple of days ago, right to this very venue, were hammered 5-0 by Fatima College.
But when you are going in a league, and it is so competitive, it's so tight. When you get a team to score on, you need to give them a thrashing. If you get a chance to give them a thrashing, give them a thrashing.
Especially when the other teams are trashing the very teams. Fatima hit 5 past them. They got 3 in the first half. So Naparima a little bit behind on the count here at the moment. But if they can produce a sustained spell of pressure, might be interesting to see how it pans out late in the game. You know, that the final pass has not been great from Naparima College today. Situations like that, they've let it slide.
I think Naparima need to lift their intensity, and that I think this is their downfall today. I'm not seeing the intensity.
Well, Travis Mulrain is at the edge of his technical area, the Naparima College coach, and he's not a laid-back character. He's quite a fiery guy.
And that's very surprising to me by the way of his team intensity.
Yeah.
I know he's always a high-intensity guy. Yeah,
he certainly is. And still looking very fit here. But here's a chance here for Dorset! Was offside all the way. It wouldn't have counted anyway. But that was Dorset. I tell you what, this has been a real honest effort here from Dorset. He's had only half chances so far, but he's made a lot more of the few scraps that he's been fed today in the Pleasantville shirt.
He's fighting for everything, and that's the positive there. He's fighting for every scrap. He's not leaving it up to the defenders to play comfortable.
Oh, you might get another chance here, because here's Pleasantville, and Dorset, well, that's a rather ambitious effort there by Jones from distance, and he had Dorset ahead of him. He could have easily rolled it towards Dorset and gone for the 1-2, but he's deciding to go for that 35-yard shot from distance. Not going to beat a keeper of the quality of Duncan from there. Khalist goes to ground. Yeah, just a reminder, it is very soft underfoot. Spinning off the defender there well was France. And another poor final ball.
Poor final ball there.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the moments there. Naparima College have been nearly there on several occasions during this game. Still comfortably ahead 2-0 here. And they need this win. This win will lift them up to 9 points, remember, with Fatima College and St. Benedict's. And that will bring Naparima College up to 4 games. That's the same numbers played by Fatima and St. Benedict's, 1 and 2. Remember, the top 2 teams in Group A move on to the semi-finals. Naparima College in 3rd place, even if they win today. So there's still a lot for them to do. And their run-in includes this game, of course, which they're ahead here, and they should win. In the next round, I think that's do or die for Naparima. It's against St. Benedict's in round 5. If they don't win that, then I think they can kiss the title goodbye at that point.
I think so.
Rashby McPhee is having a stern word here with the Naparima College captain, Omari Asher. And Asher, who is taller than Rashby McPhee, McPhee might be about 5'9" or so, but he looks 10 feet tall when he has that aggressive look on his face. No nonsense guy, and certainly the type, really very good referee for these sort of situations. Yes,
that's a great.
Mitchell has come for it.
Great coming here.
The keeper's done
positive.
Very well. Duncan, I think Williams, if he hadn't come for that, Williams could have found himself in a position to flick that past the keeper. Great bit of keeping there by Duncan.
It was a positive call by the goalkeeper.
Williams has been called offside and straying beyond the last defender on the far side of the field.
I like to see goalkeepers come for the ball in his area like that. Very positive. The striker must know that he's coming. Must be scared.
Yes, that's right. And you've worked in front of some really good goalkeepers during your time. And Mike Maurice would have been one in the early days, one day.
I've not played with Mike Maurice, but working with him as the goalkeeper coach. You know, he's always very aggressive.
Yes, he certainly is. Mike Maurice.
I've played with one of the most aggressive goalkeeper in Trinidad and Tobago, of Michael McComey, deceased.
Yeah, Michael McComey was certainly a fine goalkeeper in his day. Also, the three goalkeepers who went to the World Cup, Kelvin Jack,
Clayton
Ince, and
Shaka Hislop.
Shaka Hislop, the current ESPN analyst. The referee is calling for something here. I think he's called the substitute. Is that the substitute on here for Naparima College? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it is the substitute on here for Naps. And Naparima have decided to bring on Campbell. This is Omari Campbell. And some may have been a little bit surprised that Campbell didn't start. Maybe a injury or something, because Campbell has had some goals. He's had 3 goals already for the season. Another slip there, and Francis goes down, and Dorset will chase this too. Well, the keeper's come for it, and he does well. That's Duncan. And it wasn't the easiest of balls there to kick. The increased amount of work that keepers are doing with the ball at their feet.
Goalkeepers need to be able to use their feet these days.
Yeah.
They are the goalkeepers. The goalkeeper starts all the plays now.
That's right. Almost like an auxiliary sweeper there, as they call them, the sweeper keepers.
Yes.
I think you would have played through that period when the back pass, the transition from when the back pass rule, the back pass was outlawed by FIFA in the early 90s. I think you would have been in your college days still when that happened.
Yes.
So you would have had to negotiate and change your game, as have the keepers during this time. Pleasantville, Philip Guide is there, and he has to knock this one downfield. A rather aimless looking pass by Philip Guide. Naparima College will bring it the other way. And here's Agaro trying to turn past the attention there of Adams. Adams follows him. And now there's a massive hole at the back. Look at this. There's it's a huge hole at the back where the Pleasantville defenders are deserting their positions. Well, if they had done that if they were in the army, they'd have been court-martialed. Now, and whenever the play breaks down for Pleasantville, there are huge holes at the back.
Yes.
And Naparima College have not been
able
quick enough to take advantage of that. Yeah. Yeah, the Pleasantville defenders as static as chess pieces at the moment. It's a nice looking ball towards Campbell, who's coming in from the right side. Naparima will try to take this over at the back. Mitchell doing well to get that away from trouble. Quite a composed defender, Mitchell, along with man with on the side of him, that's Asher. Right, and there's another instance of it. That's the centre back Adams tackling almost 10 meters away from the half line. And then he has to run back, and Naparima College cannot get that ball over to take advantage. As Francis gets that away, Naparima College still have it here with Kalist, who will go for the return ball down the line. There he is. Oh, that's a rough bit of earth there, and can't get the touch on it. Oh, Asher is bashed in the face, and that will be a free kick. Dorset battling for everything.
Yes, he's a very combative striker. A striker that you cannot give any chance. He will hustle you every bit of the day.
What does he remind you of from your experience of playing days? There have been a few, haven't there?
There have been a few.
Yeah. So here we go again. It's Naparima College ahead 2-0, no goals in the second half. And we have seen 18 minutes in the second half and counting. Kalist, who scored the opening goal after this one. Nice sliding stop on the far side that has put that away. And Kalist goes down here. Now, I haven't seen him down for the entire season so far. He doesn't look like the type who will try to lie on the turf and gather his breath. He's down here, and referee McPhee is heading over towards him. Wonder what's the problem here.
I think some of these players are fatigued.
Yeah, he has played a lot of games for the season so far. Grimace on his face. And Referee McPhee just having a talk with him to find out how he is. Yeah, it seems to be more, the referee has to ascertain quickly, is this a life-threatening situation? I think he's decided it's not so. It might be just a leg injury, perhaps also that he is facing here. Yeah, he's called for the stretcher. That's what the hold-up is about, and I don't think Caliste will be able to continue for a while, and the medics are on their way.
The medics are strolling across.
Always seems that way, especially to the player who's lying down on the ground. Medics and the Naparima College physio heading across, and that is the physiotherapist for Naparima College, Suan David Lamy, and she would have been working also in that Tiger Tanks under 20 tournament with Club Sando, a club that has very strong links with Naparima College, of course. Yeah. Ogaro, one of those who would have played for Club Sando. They put in a very honest effort during that Tiger Tanks under 20 tournament. Defense Force were just too good for them, for the rest of the teams. And especially when they came up in that final against the Tobago winners, Signal Hill.
Coaching school.
Yeah, that's, yes, Sinclair's coaching school. I've been watching Signal Hill a bit too much lately, that's why. Did one of their games actually this week, so a game in which they would have played against Scarborough Secondary, which is very much like a Scarborough derby, isn't it?
It's a Scarborough derby. How we support it is used to be their little brother.
Little brother. I don't think that Scarborough Secondary would appreciate that very much.
No, well, basically you have to say there was a little brother, because basically Scarborough used to be a junior, and after you leave junior sec, you went to Signal Hill.
Oh, I see.
So that's why I have to say the little brother.
Yeah, well, they've tried to cast off that label of a little brother.
Yes.
And Scarborough Secondary have carved out a little niche for themselves there, but still they are yet to really dominate the bigger brothers at Signal Hill. Caliste, they're still working on him. Naparima College.
And this could be very dangerous.
Francis gets the header in and just over the bar. Couldn't get it down. He rolls really high at the back post, but couldn't get that header on target. Well, he got it on target, but just a bit too high there for it to go into the back of the net.
I think he could have done better. A player of his caliber should have at least get that on target.
Yeah, he got it, but not down. It's Dorset again for the Pleasantville boys. That's a good ball by Dorset. And he finds Young here, and Young with a good recovering run by Mitchell to get it away from Young, but Pleasantville will have the corner.
And this is where Pleasantville seems to be very dangerous.
Yeah, they have made themselves, they've been very dangerous from these set-piece situations, and it is Malik Young who will take the free kick. Let's see, Pleasantville have four men in and around the box. Five.
I think Pleasantville is trying to make a game out of it. I think Naps are giving them the opportunity to come into this game.
68 minutes, and Pleasantville look for their first goal of the season. Remind you, they haven't scored in any of their 2 completed games so far. Here's Young with the free kick. The keeper is going for it, and he flaps at it, looking straight into the sunshine, and doesn't get the firm contact on it, and Pleasantville will have a throw in on the far side. It's looking directly into the sun. Yeah, so it's always going to be difficult. You would feel that young keepers would have a cap on at this time, but there's always the issue.
Someone is done again.
Yeah, there's always the issue of the hairstyle to consider.
And maybe the hairstyle is the shade.
not you want to ruin the hairstyle for the cap, by the way.
Yeah.
In fact, we noticed that during the under-20 tournament also. Not a lot of the keepers use caps at all.
Yeah, the captain is down for Naparima here.
Yeah, that's Omari Asher down. And Omari Asher, and he has seen his team win 2 of their 3 games so far. That loss against Fatima, that could prove to be fatal for them. Fatima on 10 points, St. Benedict's on 10 points, Naparima on 6, with the potential of going up to 9 after this game. Pleasantville haven't scored a point for the season, and they have conceded 9 goals. They haven't scored for the season so far. When you look back at the season that they had in 2019, Pleasantville played 14 games and they won 4 of those. And they scored 17 goals with 21 goals against, and here's a chance, and Pleasantville could score.
Oh.
That could so easily have been their first goal of the season, and Malik Young was just inches away from knocking that across the line. Look at it again, mayhem there. The keeper saved it.
That's a
I think it was the defender got the stop, and the keeper and defenders somehow managing to keep that from going across the line. Pleasantville continue to press here from a dead ball situation. Back into the back post now, that's a handball. And I don't think referee McPhee is going to look too kindly upon that. He's called him over. Look at this, you'll see the handball coming here. He's gone high into the air.
He's quite lucky that it wasn't a yellow card.
Well, he has gotten the yellow card now.
Well,
here it is. He's gotten the yellow card. And he was trying to con the referee there. And that's not going to work a lot of times with referee McPhee. He has eyes all the way around his head. That was Philip Guy trying to punch that one into the box, into the goal. Tried to do a Diego Maradona there, but not successful. It was almost looked like he was a volleyball player coming in to spike the ball in.
Spike it.
Yeah, but not a lot of success even with the spike. You might want to shelve those plans of playing volleyball at the moment. Naparima College. Oh, that's a good sliding challenge there by Adams. He's been so good for this Pleasantville team at the back. They are short of a few players, few quality players in some key positions, but at the back, with the likes of Elliott and Adams there, they have been good. Discipline has let them down a long time, for many times here, Pleasantville. So Landy getting that one forward. More dogged performance in the second half here by Pleasantville. Oh, that's a good bit of play. And here's Francis with the save.
That's a great save.
Wonderful save there by Martin again. And he gets the applause of the Pleasantville supporters away to our right. Another firmly struck shot there by Kanye Francis.
Next player is down here again.
A lot of injuries here, and look at this one-time shot there by Francis.
That's a great shot, but a great save as well.
Yeah,
that's great football there.
Martin looked like he had actually maybe made his move a bit too early, and then suddenly had to reach up to make the stop. Naparima College, Rajun is down, and unfortunately we have to remind you that that was the player who missed a penalty against Presentation when Presentation won the TIGERTANKS Cup. Since then, tell you what, he has come back so strongly. He's gotten a goal in the tournament so far. 1 goal, that is. Got a goal against St. Augustine in that 9-1 romp up at Warner Street. And he has picked himself up from a substitute in that first game. He's now nailed down a position for himself within the starting 11. That shows some character.
Yes. After his blunder, he has stepped up his goalkeeping. He has saved them at least 2 to 3 goals.
Yeah, that's right. Good point there, Sid Gray, as Kalen Martin. Keepers aren't perfect beings, and maybe just the one aspect of his game that's a bit weak. That cross ball, didn't we deal with it well, but as a shot stopper, he's been very, very good so far. Free kick here by referee McPhee. Williams was the man who got the tackle in, and Williams has just talked himself into a yellow card now.
He seems to...
Yeah, so
now they seem to know who is referee McPhee.
Yeah.
Can't give referee McPhee any back chance.
No, I'm sure you felt the wrath of referee McPhee at some point.
Many times.
Many, many times. And other referees, I would imagine also.
I've always been in the bad books with the referees.
16 minutes still to go here. The keeper's come for it. He's left, well, he's been left in no man's land. Luckily, Naparima College weren't able to get the shot in on goal. Naparima College looking for a third goal. We haven't seen a goal from the boys from Paradise Pasture since the 30th minute.
Yes.
So they've gone 43 minutes without scoring. Certainly the pressure on Naparima College.
I think Naparima has been playing too cautious. They have not tried to push the envelope a bit more.
Well, I wondered if there would be some nerves for the Naparima College team, knowing the importance of this fixture. They need to win this one. They need to beat St. Benedict's College, or else they can give up the ghost. If they fall to defeat there, that's going to be it. So it's away towards the far side, headed towards goal, and just a bit too high there from Mitchell as he rose well at the far post. Yeah, and that's one of the aspects of this single round season where you only have the 7 games. Well, it's single round when it's 16 teams, but that's, you're playing each team once. With this particular format, 8 teams in each group. Top 2 teams go to the semi-finals. Interestingly, also, the bottom team from each group are immediately relegated. The second from bottom teams, they play against each other in a relegation battle.
Yes.
That's going to be interesting. Pleasantville, Karapi-Chima, and St. Augustine, unfortunately, are the 3 teams in that position. St. Anthony's and Speyside have something to say in this. That's a shot from the free kick. Rather ambitious effort again. And that was struck powerfully there by Jones, but too high to trouble the keeper. Here's Ogaro. And Ogaro goes tumbling over. Did that come against the contact the foot there of Elliott? Here's a corner.
And I think they need to do this and stretch the game a little more, so they will have space in the midfield to play and pass the ball through. They were just passing the ball around, you know, just keeping it safe. They are not trying to push the envelope against Pleasantville. Yeah, you get side to beat, you beat them badly.
Yeah, it was fairly impotent possession, that is. They're just passing it around, and it wasn't incisive play. Perhaps as incisive enough as Naparima College supporters would have wanted. Naparima College have made another change here, and they've now brought on Israel Joseph. So he's on for the second half. Number 20. Well, Israel Joseph will try to lead them towards the promised land here. And Joseph almost scores with his first touch. There was a sight of the promised land there for Israel, but he headed that over the bar.
With his height, I think he should have get that heading done.
Yeah, he's very tall. Makes referee McPhee look like a
baby.
Like a baby there next to him.
He seems like a point guard for me.
Yeah, he does. He does, in fact, have the look of a point guard. Might have that in his locker also. It's Williams for Pleasantville, back with Naparima College. Raju.
Number 16 is off. Knock. Another player is down again.
Yeah, that's Williams who's down, I think. The number 11, Williams, is down. Got a yellow card, talked himself into it a couple of minutes ago. Naparima College continued to play on here. And, well, that's Elliott with the scuffed clearance. Well, these boys... I don't think they played a lot of cricket, because you could have seen the spin was coming there. Beat both defenders. You, as a fine cricketer in your day, you would have spotted that immediately.
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, man of many talents, Sid Grace, standing beside me here. 60 games for Trinidad and Tobago and a World Cup appearance. Also ran at Carifta Games. Was it in the 100 meters?
100.
100 meter 4x100 relay.
Really?
And also would have been quite a good cricketer. In fact, there were many who were disappointed that you didn't continue with it.
Yes.
Might still be having a talk with you about coming back. 12 minutes to go here. Naparima College 2-0 ahead. I think the fans for Naparima College would have expected to see their team a bit further ahead at this point. Not a huge amount of support for Naparima College here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. Usually on those, let's say at Lewis Street Extension, there's the entire school packed into the small ground. Not a place to stand when you're at Lewis Street Extension. I don't know if you've ever been to one of the games there.
I've never been to. I have to make myself more frequent at the southern border.
Yeah, you don't require a visa anymore to come down south, Sid Gray. I think that's been abolished a long time ago. 11 minutes to go in the game, and Naparima College, some of their players getting some water, and look at that. That's a lovely picture. Williams is injured, and the Naparima College captain Asher is the one to usher him off the field. That's great to see.
Good
sportsmanship between those two. And Asher heads back to his position in the center of defense. Here's Naparima College. That's a driven cross, deflected away directly from the boot of Cooper. Francis to Ogaro. Ogaro tries his luck from distance. Oh, this is dangerous here for Naparima College. Took the
too many touches.
Too
many touches.
Maybe tried to go for the fancy cap move, as they call it, knocking it over the defender Elliott. And there are two more players down inside. One player down inside of the Pleasantville area. Ball suds straight into the center of the Tiger Tank sign. Referee McPhee is going to check on the health of the Naparima College player.
Seems to be cramping up there.
Yeah, it's a very hot afternoon. And sometimes, as much as you try to put back the salts that you've lost, still there's cramping will come.
Sometimes you do. But this heavy ground, it takes a lot out of you. So I feel it for these players.
Yeah, that's something that the Secondary Schools Football League, I'm sure, will have to look at in the coming years. And this is very much the post-COVID period.
And I think that has played a significant part in these players. The pre-COVID, now a lot of them are playing, and they have not been playing a lot of football in the past 2 years. So now it is telling on them.
Some of these players have been involved in the Tiger Tanks Under-20 competition, as Sid and I have been talking about throughout this game. But not all of the players on both teams were. So there's a different amounts of fitness out there for the players.
Yes, and that is why you are seeing so many cramps, so many injuries, because of the lack of preparation for these teams.
We saw this also at the higher levels in the Premier League also, when players came back after the first break for COVID-19
yes.
in 2020. The number of soft tissue injuries went through the roof during that period.
And that is what is happening here, because the muscle has not been very much developed to take all this jamming right now.
That's right. And well, it's well known that you yourself, in preparation for the season, you would go running on the beaches of Tobago. And in fact, people were able to tell what time of the year it was from you running on the beaches in Tobago, I understand.
Yes, because preparation is always key. You must be at peak level. Your fitness must be at a certain level to be returning. You must always be when you are playing a sport, you must be very fit as possible.
And of course, with these young players, with the restrictions for COVID-19, not a lot in terms of in the way of being able to train for the last 2 years. Many of them were left in their houses watching football rather than playing, maybe doing keep-ups inside. In fact, the Secondary Schools Football League had a keep-up competition done online during the last 2 years.
I know it. I know what they have been going through, because I was at home for the past 2.5 years as well, and I've gained a lot of weight thanks to pre-COVID. Now I'm drop off some of that.
Well, I wouldn't tell. I wouldn't have known if you hadn't told me. 7 minutes to go here. Naparima College looking to wrap up the 3 points. Their supporters might be feeling a little bit jittery here, because they have that contest with St. Benedict's College coming up, and they haven't been able to blow away this Pleasantville team that have not scored a goal for the season and have conceded 9 goals already.
And this could be a dangerous free kick as well, because Pleasantville seems to be very dangerous with the dead balls.
Well, Pleasantville had 9 players up for that free kick. I tell you what, just one defender back with the forward, Joseph, who's come on. And Pleasantville are committing bodies forward. Naparima College get it clear. Well, it's come to Joseph here. Can he go on a run here? But it is Elliott who's going to safety first for Elliott. That's one of the features of his game. That situation, he's going to put it somewhere into Presal. Naparima College, here's Joseph. And that's knocked
Offside.
over. It's been called as offside. That one, when the pass was played, there was a Naparima College player in an offside position, according to the official on the far side.
I think referee McPhee has missed that one.
There's a nice little move there by Rajun. And here's Francis. Goes all the way back to his skipper, Asher. Back to Rajun again. Francis picking up positions, finding all sorts of space in the midfield. Here's Joseph with the shot. Inside right position, maybe not the ideal position for him for a shot off the inner part of the foot, but just curled away from the far post.
Yes, I think the shot was a bit wayward, but I think it was a great turn by the striker.
Yeah, he did well, and for a big man to execute such a sharp turn, such a short period of time, he does have, maybe he is a point guard after all, as you were saying there, Sid. Here is Ogaro, and again, that's a lovely ball, and just clipping off the Pleasantville defender all the way back to the keeper there. So Kalen Martin, after that gaff in the first half, giving up a goal in the 19th minute to Caliste. Well, he has pulled off 3 really good saves. Could do very little about Francis's brilliant individual goal in the 30th minute when he strode through and slid it under the body of the keeper. But since then, 3 really top quality saves from the custodian for Pleasantville. The boys from Connector Road must be a little bit happier with their performance today against a powerful Naparima College team.
I think they can take some positive out of this.
They certainly can, and it will help their battle to stave off relegation this year. Looking for the substitute Joseph once again. Here's Asher. All the way back to Mitchell. Well, offering for it there's Campbell, and Campbell has fouled the Pleasantville player, and he's gone down. Well, I tell you what, he might know a little bit about referee McPhee, because he was looking at the referee as though you're going into the principal's office after not doing your homework.
He's a lucky guy there.
Very, very lucky indeed. Let's see what's happened here. He's walking away from the scene of the crime.
But referee McPhee has his eye on him.
Oh, he certainly is in the books right now. And in fact, he was trying to get as far away from the referee as possible there, Campbell. But he has a very long memory, referee McPhee. A memory as long as an elephant's. And he calls him back, almost reels him back in like a fisherman, and then tells him, hey, none of that, son. Very strict interpretation of the law, I think, which really does help these young players.
Yes.
So some water being passed around there for the different players. Adams, who's had another good game for Pleasantville secondary. He's a Sheffield United type of defender. He'll be in the center of defense, and suddenly he'll just fly up the field and join the attack.
Free-flowing defender.
Yeah, he certainly is. Don't think Leo Ben Hacker might have been too happy to see that during his time.
Oh.
Here is the ball forward by Elliott into the box. That's headed away. That's a good towering header by Mitchell. And Naparima College move forward with Ogaro on the far side. That's the angle of the pass. Couldn't find Joseph.
He have done the hard yards and easy parts. Pass the ball. He has just given it away.
Dorset just trying to find a foothold for Pleasantville, and he has won another free kick on the far side.
And let's see if this could be dangerous, if Pleasantville can get a first goal of the season.
Yeah, they certainly are. They have precious little time here. 2 minutes to go. And if they can get their first goal of the season, that would certainly take the gloss off this Naparima College performance. Naparima College are looking to bring on Zachary Cicheran. Cicheran just standing outside of the field at the moment, outside of your picture also.
Number 10 is off.
Elliott is going to take this one.
No.
I think they're going to allow it looks like Rajun who's going to come off now, the number 8
Number 9.
Central midfielder for Naparima College.
That's number 9.
That is, let's see for a minute here. It is Rajun who gets a pat on the back from his
coach, Travis Morin.
Yeah, from Travis Mulrain. And here's the free kick coming in. Oh, this is dangerous!
Oh.
Just over the bar. Duncan, I think, had that under control. He's very, very tall, Duncan. He's one of those keepers who can stick up a hand and touch the crossbar. So I think he was pretty comfortable knowing that one was not going to dip in. Sicharan gets his first touch with those bright fluorescent yellow boots of his. Here's the other substitute, Campbell. Sicharan in that inside left channel here. Here's Sicharan. This might come across to Ogaro. It doesn't. Naparima College looking for the third. That's deflected. And out for a corner. Not far away. So at this point, Naparima College will wrap up the 3 points. They will move up to 9 points here in the table and stay in third place. But it hasn't been a performance that their fans will be looking at and saying, we're very confident ahead of this St. Benedict's matchup right here at the Atherbolden Stadium at 4 p.m. on the 5th of October. So that's certainly write that down on your calendar. That's on Wednesday coming. Need to be here to see that. Naparima into time added on for stoppages. They look for their third goal. And that's headed down to the goal and saved by the keeper. A good bit of keeping here by Martin. And you said it right, Sid Gray. Pleasantville can take a lot of positives out of this performance today.
Yes, they can.
Certainly have grown in confidence throughout the game. Here's Jones looking for the pass there to Young. I'll tell you what, Dorset, who's come on as a substitute, I think he should really get a start for this Pleasantville team. He's been very good in attack. He's held up the ball well. He has managed to make fair amount of opportunities of the limited chances. There goes the referee's whistle, and that has ended this contest. Naparima College win it 2-0, and they're still in third place. They've moved up to 9 points, and so their record, played for, won 3, lost 1, and they have scored 19 goals for the season and 3 goals against. They have now had those 9 points. But is this a performance that's going to tell their supporters, this is Naparima College that's going to beat St. Benedict's on Wednesday?
I think Naparima supporters will be thinking very hard, because I don't think it was a convincing performance by Naparima. Yes, they control the play. They are just stroking the ball around, but to see creating a lot of chances, they are not. And that's the issue for me.
So a lot of work for Travis Mulrain, the coach for the Naparima College team, to do before that St. Benedict's clash. And St. Benedict's might be encouraged by what they've seen here from their opponents for Wednesday. As for Pleasantville, a lot of positives to draw. Yes, they gave up the 2 goals. One of them a keeping error in the 19th minute where Khalees scored with an attempted cross that went in. And Francis's goal, that was a wonderful individual effort. They can certainly take great heart from what their performance in this game.
I have to say they can. And I think if it wasn't for that error by the keeper, I think the game might have been much tougher for Naparima. Because in the second half, they came out a bit more positive, tried a lot more harder, and they looked more dangerous on the dead ball situations.
They certainly did. So that's the end of this game. Presentation College, they're coming up against Chaguanas North in the next game. We hope that you'll join us for that. That one starts at 4 o'clock, and so that is in just about 7 minutes time. So we certainly hope that you'll join us for that. On behalf of Sid Gray, it's bye for now. Naparima College win this match by 2 goals to 0.
Bye.